on your back for north-south. So we'll start bottom player, they're gonna be rotated on their side. Top player, you're gonna have your hands locked around the waist and your hips are covering their head. And bottom player, you have your arms tied to your body so there's something between your shoulders and top player's hips. Top player, your job is to stand top, hold your partner down, and look to get inside of. Look to get inside your partner's arms with your arms and or legs. Close on you. And we're going to look to either start isolating a limb. So we can start twisting it or extending it to submit them on an arm, or start attacking the neck for a strangle. You also win by getting to locking the shoulders and covering hips from front. Or from back. Bottom player, I want you to keep your arms and hands on your partner and look to either start getting your head out from being covered or start building up your hips to get your legs back in front. You win by reversing to top. Again, to seated guard with your partner's hands unlocked or standing up and unlocking their hands. Okay, try to keep your back up off the mat and keep your hands on them. The closer they are to your shoulders with their hips, the easier it is for them to start isolating your arm, or your head and arm. Okay?
Top player for win, is it both arms locked underneath, or is it just one?
Anything locked hands to the shoulders with hips covered. So like one unhook, two, double, doesn't matter. Okay, you guys understand? 1, 2, 3. Lock hands at his hips, Ryan. guard. We're going to do something very similar, which is starting from half guard. I still have locked hands on my partner's hips. And I'm mostly facing their hips, if that makes any sense for you guys. So instead of locking hands and my head's facing his shoulders and head, I'm locking hands and facing his hips. The next rotation, I want you guys to have the same leg. You're sitting on the other side. Same thing, locked hands at the hips. Bottom player, you're gonna have your hands on your partner in any way. So top player, I want you to stay on top, hold your partner down, and look to free your trapped leg using your arms, your leg, and work to get as close to your partner's shoulders as you can to get their hands off of you, and either start looking to submit at any time in the upper body, or cover hips from in front or back with locked hands at the shoulders. What's up? Bottom player, I want you to fight being flat on your back and keep your shoulders off of the mat, and work to keep your arms on them to keep them away from your head and shoulders. And we're to try and get our feet, our knees, our hands back on them to either sit up with their back off the mat and their hands unlocked, reverse to top, or stand up. While doing this, I want you also to play with getting your feet and knees, or feet and hands, inside your partner's feet and knees. This is going to help you start splaying or binding their legs to hopefully immobilize them, slow them down, and help you either get to seated guard, reverse, or stand up. Okay. You can hold someone still by binding their legs together or splaying them apart, but the more they have the ability to move their leg through different degrees of freedom and motion, the easier it is for them to start maneuvering around your legs. Okay, so hold them still, try to build up, or get your legs back in front. Okay, you guys understand? 1, 2, 3. So Nick, switch your arms. Switch the other way. Yeah. You popped your ankle?
No, whatever he had going on there was just so tight around my ankle. It's not fun. It was like the meaty part.
Oh, you're like locked down. The way I described the two starting positions was too convoluted. I could have simplified that. Stay on top, get his hands off of you. Keep facing him. Has to be locked hands and covered hips. So it's going to be like reverse half guard, same configuration with your arms. Top player is in on an immediate submission threat, like a contracted arm or an extended arm with a mobilized shoulder, keep going. Okay. If you guys find yourself with like something like this happening, just keep going until you're free from the immediate submission threat. And face Ryan a little bit more. Start sitting up, get your back off the mat. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Get up or reverse. Keep going. Keep going, keep going. Keep them off your shoulders and stand up. Get your hand off the mat to win. Keep getting your feet between Ryan's knees, from in front or from behind. Don't stop, don't stop. Get higher, get higher, get higher. Go to the shoulders. Start turning. Don't let him connect his legs. Keep your hands and elbows on neck. Don't let them go towards your head. Good. Use that space to start getting your back off the mat. Sit up. Sit up, sit up, sit up. Nice. If you just get to something like this and he doesn't have locked hands, you also win. Lie on his back. Arms and legs get in the way. Clear them or go back to the hips. Let's get his knee to the floor. Start walking, get his knee to the ground. Use your head. Get behind them or turn them away from you. Stay on top and try to free your leg. Use your right arm to start freeing your leg. Stay on top. Get your head and shoulder off the floor. Stay on top. Stay up, stay up. Don't stop, don't stop. Get up. It's not over, don't stop. Don't stop. Keep scrambling. Nice. Keep putting tension into his legs. Start rotating more. Chase it. Seated guard.
Do you think so, Alex?
What's that?
Like just grabbing the shoelaces to like
Just
disconnect?
to move you.
Yeah, move
Just
my
trying
leg.
to basically control you.
Yeah, it's the end of the lever, and there's another joint between like the hip, the knee, and the foot. Like grabbing here, yeah, it helps, but like grabbing the end is like further down the leg, and there's this extra thing that you can like start dissipating force into. So we're gonna start in two different positions. The first one, I'm gonna have locked hands on Ryan's hips, and both of his feet are between my legs. The next one, his shin is gonna be draped across my stomach, and I still have locked hands at his hips. Top player, I want you to use your arms and your head to hold your partner down and look to navigate past his legs by going through them or around them to get past the legs, and work to lock hands at the shoulders and cover hips from front or back to win, or at any time submit in the upper body. I want you guys to play with steering your partner. We're still trying to pin his shoulders flat to the mat and get as much of our body onto him as we can to hold him down, but we can start manipulating his body in two different pieces, the hips and shoulders. If I can start getting his knees pointing down toward the floor to pin them, maybe it's a bit easier for me to hold them down, holding them in place and navigating through. And I also want you to play with different hip and head heights. If I start getting my hips up high, maybe I can start hopping over, cutting through, looking to splay or bind his legs. Ryan wins the same way as the previous two games, sitting up, getting his back up off the mat with feet inside and unlocking my hands. reversing to top or standing. You don't have to break connections. And bottom player can still use submission threats to help you get your back off the mat. And top player, if you're in on an immediate submission threat, you have wedges on both sides of the contracted arm and head from anywhere. You have some kind of base joint immobilization, and you're starting to control the end of the arm. Keep going. Okay. You gotta understand. Okay. 1, 2, 3. As long as bottom player's back is on the mat, top player can do anything you want, go wherever you want, but to cover hips, lock hands to the shoulders, or submit in the upper body. Stay on top, keep facing him. Don't stop, don't stop. Good. Keep going. Face his other arm more. Keep facing his other arm. Keep facing his other arm. Yes. Stay closer to him, separate his hands. Cover his head more. Get closer. Start looking at his hips and facing his hips. Face Ryan's hips. Keep facing him. Nice. Get his knee to the floor and pin it there. Use your head. Nice. Oh my God. I thought your arm was still in there when you said up. I was like, oh my God.
Either one across the.
Oh, I just thought it was one butterfly.
No butterfly, right?
Take his hand off the floor. Get over that knee. Don't stop. Bring his ear to his shoulder. Create some momentum from bottom. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Keep on his back, keep on his back. Get your back off the mat. Right away, right away, right away. Don't stop. Get in on it. Start building right away. Get your head up higher. Get your head high. Head height, head height. Fight his hands and rotate. Nice. Pin him with your head and get his knee to the floor. Keep your face on him. More head post. More head posting. Stay close. Fight that other hook. Don't let him cover your hip. Face his other arm more. Keep him on his back, keep him on his back. Get behind him.
Left.
Keep going. Get your shoulders off the mat, turn or sit up.
Figured that on the bottom, man. Somebody I don't really expect. Nobody expects that hip mobility. It's big.
Hold him down, hold him down, hold him down. Put your head on the other side. Don't let him push you with his arms. Walk towards his head. Start covering his head with your hips. Get closer, get closer. Nice. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. Get that knee on the floor. Don't stop. Lead with your knee. Don't let him trap your foot. Nice. Put his back on the mat and get behind him. Just keep your foot out the middle. Get his hands off your feet. your back for armbar. We're going to start from two different arm locking isolation situations. We're going to have similar goals from both situations. The first one's going to be any kind of stereotypical arm lock situation. One leg's covering the torso, the other one's covering his head, and I'm sitting up with his arm close to me. I'm going to look to separate my partner's arms and either finish on the neck or any twisting lock. So we're not allowed to use an extending, straightening lock to tap our partner. We can still, of course, use that threat to help funnel him toward the other attacks. But if you're starting in the armbar, you can only finish with things that twist or strangle. And of course, chest to back or chest to chest with locked hands. The second one, go on your side. North-south with a figure 4 grip. Ryan's hands are connected. Similar situation, I'm going to look to stand top, keep my hips as close to my partner's shoulders as I can, and separate his hands to either finish on the neck or finish with a straightening lock. So if you're starting with a Kimura grip and a bent lock, you have to turn this into something that straightens or strangles in order for you to try and finish your partner. And again, hips covered, shoulders covered, front or back to win. Bottom player, I want you to either I want you to get your elbows back to your body and face your partner. That's all I want you to do, okay? We can start using uncovering our head or uncovering our hips to help create more mobility in either of those two systems to get them away from our partner and start facing, getting our arms back. Ryan starts getting his hips away from me. He can start moving, turning, rotating. Come back. Ryan starts trying to uncover his head. He can start getting his arms back to his body. Okay. Top player, I really want you to focus on separating hands. Even though we can't finish a straightened arm from an arm bar position or a twisting arm from a Kimura position, we're still looking to separate their arms and keep it isolated from anything it can connect to. Okay. Yep,
Yeah.
just stereotypical armbar. Any way you want to configure it, I would just start like elbow deep. I don't care if you grab the leg or not, or post, or whatever. Okay, you guys understand? Back wins, mount wins. Starting armbar, choke or twist. Starting Kimura, straighten or choke. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Bottom player doesn't mean just because you're starting an armbar and they can't extend it, don't just straighten your arm for them. Okay. touch the floor, same time. Time.